Hi guys. So I don't ever do this. I try not to put my business out there. Um, but there's been something on my heart real heavy and it's been weighing on my shoulders and everything else. And um, I believe that God puts people through what they go through so somebody else can learn from it. This is this is his battle, it's not mine. I'm just here to share it. So I prayed on this and I went back and forth with it a bunch of times, and regardless, here I am. So I want to start off by reading something I wrote at the beginning of this year. Um, for me, part of my healing process usually involves writing, and this one did too. I wrote this back in, I want to say April, and I really feel like it opened a lot of doors for me. So, one thing I want to start off by saying is no names are in this. I will not answer to who anybody is if that comes up as a question. Um, I guess that's it. I'll leave it at that. But okay, this is called You Broke My Heart and That's Fine. To my first adult boyfriend, you broke my heart and that's fine. You rode in on a white horse masking your intentions. You made sure from the jump that you possessed all my attention. You used her cancer as your leeway. You saw how fragile I was. You knew I'd give love to any smile in my direction. A round of applause for the show you put on. You witnessed my life fall apart, and still you kept on. Controlling my every move, crushing my heart, trading a pulse with women I should have guessed from the start. Turning me away from family, isolating me from friends. You should have kept me in a box, it would have been easier in the end. You broke my heart, and that's fine. But let me paint you a picture so you see just what I did. I'd be lying if I said it was all you. No, you're not solely to blame, because I think it started with the first man who was supposed to show me love. I needed help tying my shoes. Instead, he needed help holding the door that he walked out of, leaving any baggage he had for me to carry for the next 19 years. See, it didn't matter to him that he set the example for men or that I'd sit alone drying my own tears. He broke my heart, and that's fine. She was the first person to show me unconditional love. She was also the first person to show me how to love from a distance. She gave me life, literally. She nurtured me and made me the woman I am. The cancer killed us both, but her secrets killed me. Maybe she didn't get that I was too young to understand, or maybe I was too selfish and blind to see the truth. To call her beautiful and incredible would simply be an understatement. Words cannot explain the love I hold for her. I remember she told me it was true that one could die from a broken heart. We spoke of my first high school breakup. I was young and I thought it was my first heartbreak. Neither of us knew that really it was just my first heartache. I was naive to think she was mine forever, or that I could keep her. Without real warning or even a choice, she left me bare and alone. She broke my heart, and that's fine. To my first love, you broke my heart, and that's fine. That was your choice. But read between these lines, and you'll see it's not fine. You had no right. I gave love when I should have ran. I gave care when I should have neglected. I gave understanding when I should have lashed out. I kept secrets when I should have reported them. I showed a smile when I should have cried. We're both adults, you knew what it was. Maybe I was wrong for giving you my heart, but if that's the case, you shouldn't have taken if you couldn't truly receive. Because you broke my heart, and that's fine. I cleaned up the mess. I picked up the pieces. Something once alive and beating, tender and pure. You turned it to stone. I did what I had to repair. I smashed it, turning the stone into gravel, hoping I'd create something better. I did what they said and rubbed dirt on it. No, it wasn't ideal, but it gave me life. I nourished that dirt until it became soil, so just maybe I could grow from that. Sure enough, I planted seeds praying for a blossom. You broke my heart, and that's fine. I have spent 24 years telling myself and everyone else that it was fine and I was fine. And for once, I think honesty is in order. Because if I told you I was fine, I'd be lying. The memories I want to but can't erase. And there's some I won't because I'm scared to forget her face. But if I could, I would erase 3 of you. I would take away the hurt and the pain, cover the scars, and only cried when it rained. I would sleep at night and dream of the future. I wouldn't sit around and think, damn, how I lost her. Her being me. I lost her somewhere along the way, with ice on my heart and snow on the table. Heaven forbid I admit to being unstable. trading pulse for pulse, thinking it'd revive me, drinking my depressant because that was my key. Sorry, I seem to have gotten off track. It's easy to get lost in the madness, especially when you only focus on your sadness. That seed I told you I planted, well, it blossomed and expanded. I'm growing and rebuilding in ways I never imagined. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad that it happened. Life destroyed me, but I'm under construction. There are no detours, nor do I come with instructions. So today, I'm careful with my heart. I'm rebuilding something so lovely, so powerful and indestructible, that not even I can destroy. What you allow will continue. So, there's a part of that really plays in my head every time someone hurts me, whether it's something big or little. When I said, you witnessed my life fall apart and still you kept on. I think back to that because I think a lot of times when loved ones or people we love and they don't love us back, or even strangers hurt us, we are so stuck on being hurt and being angry, and it turns into bitterness, and you get so resentful, and it just eats at you. And I listen to two pastors on YouTube a lot, one being Michael Todd, and he is amazing. Go check him out if you are into that. If not, then whatever. But he had done a lesson about bamboo tree. And I think we can compare ourselves to trees in some aspects, just in a sense of, you know, if you're a tree and you're sitting there and someone comes by and they chop off a limb, you're supposed to heal. You're supposed to let go of what happened and heal and grow from that. You are not supposed to hold on to that broken branch and just resent everything around you. Your job is to grow and expand and give oxygen to those around you. So when somebody cuts off a branch and you don't grow from that, you're not only hurting yourself and limiting yourself, you're affecting your purpose. And in that case, it's not so much what is my purpose, it's why are you not going after it at this point? Because for all you know, at this point in my life, I try my best not to blame anybody who hurt me, because one, I believe that everybody is the way they are for a reason. They do things and whatever for a reason. People that hurt me, some of them I don't think even intentionally did it or even know that they did it. They were just swinging shit around and cut off my branch. And for the longest time, I held on to that. Well, they cut off my branch and blah, 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 and now I can't do anything, and now this is why I can't do this, and this is why I can't do that, and I just gave myself excuses for everything. I can't get out of bed today because somebody cut off a branch 6 years ago. It was a good branch, and I wanted that branch, I needed that branch. But that was not me. That was a part of me. And there was a reason it was cut off. There was a reason I went through that. And when I stopped being so angry and sad and resentful and just angry is the best one for me that I would like to use, because anger kept me from so much. And there was a point I had to reach where allowing myself to be angry and to be sad and to whatever, it helped. It healed me, because for a long time, I wasn't allowing myself to feel. I would tell myself, it's fine, you're fine. I would go out and I would go to work and I would see my friends and my family and I'd say, it's fine. I don't want to talk about it, but it's fine. I'm not angry. I was, but it's fine. I'm not sad. I was, but it's fine. And it wasn't fine. I wasn't fine. But I wasn't acknowledging anything, and I wasn't allowing myself to heal. Instead, I would go and I would drink, because I thought if I can get myself to the point of looking happy and others believe it, then maybe I'll believe it. No, Next day, I usually felt stupid. I felt terrible, like physically. You know how a hangover feels, I'm sure. Um, I usually heard about something stupid I did, and I was so embarrassed. And then, lo and behold, I would do it again. I would go into work and pick up all these crazy hours because I was like, well, if I can distract myself and be at work, and then I don't have to face it and I don't have to deal with it. If I go to work and I make money and I buy myself things and I go get my hair done and I do my nails and I buy clothes and I buy a car and whatever, then I'll be fine. No one will see how hurt I am. And maybe that was true. Maybe nobody saw how hurt I was. But you know what? I felt it every day. I went home to it every day. There's some things that I'm not ready to share. And they'll come because, like I said, this is not just my battle, it's God's. This is not just my testimony, it's God's. And I feel like it does need to be shared, but again, different timing. But regardless, I think society has made us think that being strong means you don't cry. It means you don't feel things, that you don't respond or react. I disagree completely, and you can disagree with me, that's fine. I now believe being strong means if someone hurts you, acknowledge it. I'm not saying go smash windows or slash tires or cuss somebody out. That's not what I'm saying. But don't just say I'm sad. Why are you sad? What did they do? Why did it affect you? If someone calls you ugly and it hurts your feelings, and you know you're not ugly, why did that hurt you? Look at the situation. Figure out why. Why are you so angry? Why are you so stuck? Because they cut off that branch and you didn't allow it to heal. You stayed the same. I stayed the same. I allowed that branch to affect so much. And once I finally allowed myself to feel what I was going through, it got better. Last night I was listening to Sarah Jakes Roberts. I believe her sermon was Beautiful Chaos. And she spoke on chaos, obviously, and the floods of life, a lot of it was. And I just want to touch on something she said really quick, because she had mentioned that sometimes after a flood of life, no matter what it is, whether it's a death, whether it's you lose your job or your home or whatever the case may be, we want to rest so badly because we are in so much physical pain or emotional pain or mental turmoil or whatever. We just want to rest. And I get that. I can't count how many times I've rested or when I wanted to. But what we forget is that in that flood, we learned how to swim. You made it. You got out. So what sense does it make? Making it through that flood, learning to swim, and not remembering that. And for me, the reason I didn't remember it, I kept putting myself in the same situations and going through the same thing and driving myself insane, because I would get hurt by one person and then I'd go back and do the same thing with the next. Or I'd lose one job and then instead of learning from it, I'd go back and do the same thing at the next job and then lose that job. Hypothetical, all of it. But regardless, I wasn't learning. I was just saying, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. It's fine. It took me the beginning of this year to stand up to myself. This is my first time sharing this poem with anybody. Well, publicly, I'll say. It took me standing up to myself and looking myself in the mirror and thinking, you're not fine, and it's not fine. You deserve better for me to go and get better. So, on that note, if it's not fine, look at your situation and figure out why it's not fine. And for your sake, heal that branch. Forgive that person. Let it go and grow. It's not your battle and you don't gotta fight it alone. Well, my bad. It is your battle, but you don't gotta fight it alone.